Let's talk about parenting in the digital age. I mean, does it ever feel like you're trying to build a plane while it's already flying? Right? Technology just moves so fast, it can feel absolutely impossible to keep up. But what if there was a simpler way to look at it all? A way to get a handle on it? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down right now. So take a look at this. Does this scene feel familiar? The whole family's at the dinner table, but, nobody's really there. Everyone's just locked into their own little screen. The only sound is dings and notifications. If you've ever felt that kind of frustration, trust me, you are in the right place. And the first thing you need to know is you are definitely not alone in feeling this way. So many parents are right there with you. So today, we're going to cut through all that noise and confusion and build a really simple framework to help you feel way more in control. So how are we going to do that? We're going to do it by focusing on just 3 core pillars. Seriously, think of these as your compass for parenting in this digital world. They're going to help you lead with confidence instead of fear. And here they are. It's this simple: safety first, healthy habits, and critical thinking. That's it. Just 3 core ideas that are going to be the foundation for, well, everything else we talk about. Okay, let's dive into pillar number 1, safety first. This is all about getting out ahead of things. It's not just about, slapping a filter on the Wi-Fi and calling it a day. It's about having those real conversations about their digital footprint, that trail they leave online forever. It's about making them savvy about scams and strangers and, yeah, using parental controls, but as a guide rail, not just a wall. All right, once you've laid that foundation of safety, you can move on to pillar 2, healthy habits. This is all about balance. And you know what? It starts with us. We have to model the behavior we want to see. When we create device-free zones, like making the dinner table a sacred space, we're not just making a rule. We're showing what our family truly values: real connection and being present for each other. And that leads us perfectly into our third and final pillar: critical thinking. Honestly, this is the ultimate goal, right? We don't just want our kids to be safe online. We want them to be smart. This means teaching them to be curious, to question what they're seeing, to ask things like, hey, who actually made this? And what do they want me to do or think? It's all about empowering them to be thoughtful creators and consumers, not just mindless scrollers. Now, these 3 pillars, safety, habits, and critical thinking, they're our constants. They're our guide. But how we use them has to change as our kids get older. I mean, what works for a 5-year-old is definitely not going to work for a 15-year-old. This timeline gives you a really great visual for how our job as parents kind of shifts. When they're toddlers, we're the co-pilot, sitting right there next to them. As they get into elementary school, we're more like a driving instructor, guiding from the passenger seat. And then by the time they're teens, the goal is that we've equipped them to drive on their own, with us just being that trusted advisor they can always call. So what does that actually look like on a Tuesday afternoon? Well, for a toddler, it's as simple as, we watch this fun show together. For a kid in elementary school, it might sound like, you've got to ask me before you download a new app. And for a teenager, it's sitting down and actually building a family media plan together. You see that shift? It moves from total control to collaboration. Okay, so we've got our framework. We know how it adapts as they grow. Now for the most crucial part. How do we make this whole thing real for your family? Let's move from theory to action. Because look, the difference that having a plan makes is just massive. On one side, you've got constant fights, stress, and that feeling of confusion. But on the other side, you've got clarity, you've got connection, and you've got peace of mind. I mean, the choice is pretty clear, isn't it? And the tool to get you there is what we call a family media plan. And I want you to focus on that first word, family. This is not some list of demands you hand down from on high. It's a shared agreement. It's a chance to sit down together and talk about what your family values are and how your technology use can actually support those values. So what goes into this plan? Well, when you sit down to talk, here are the big 4 things to cover. How much screen time is okay? Where are the no phone zones and times? Which apps and games get the green light? And maybe most importantly, what are our family's rules for how we treat other people online? Because this is the real secret. This whole process, this family media plan, it isn't really about managing screens at all. It's about parenting. It's a fantastic excuse to have deep conversations about what truly matters to your family. Things like kindness, respect, curiosity, and figure out how to bring those values to life in the digital world too. So where do you start? Look, don't try to boil the ocean. Don't try to fix everything at once. Just ask yourself this. What's one small change you can make this week? Maybe it's a no phones at the dinner table rule just for one night. Or maybe it's just asking your kid to show you their favorite game. That first small step is always the most powerful one. You can do this.